Disclaimer. The following audio is for educational and entertainment purposes only. This content was not created by a licensed psychologist or mental health professional. Nothing in this recording should be taken as medical or therapeutic advice. If you are struggling with mental health, relationships, or personal well-being, please consult a qualified professional. By listening, you accept full responsibility for how you use this content. Doctrine of the Iron Threshold. A man without his own lodgings is trapped in another's architecture, ruled by someone else's laws. To possess keys to his own door is not a luxury, it is sovereignty. Chapter 1. The Mother's Shadow. The house that feeds you also binds you. You awaken each morning beneath a ceiling that is not yours. Perhaps it's the ceiling of your mother's house, where the scent of childhood still clings like a parasite. Perhaps it's the ceiling of a woman you bed, and beneath her roof, her rules, her moods. In both cases, your body moves through borrowed architecture. You live as a guest, though your name may be written on the mailbox. And in this, you remain a son, not a sovereign. Dependency is a velvet rope. It does not strangle you outright. It lulls you, feeds you, numbs you with comforts, meals, warmth, the illusion of safety. But inside, the animal in you paces. He feels the bars. He knows, this roof is not mine. A man who lives by another's mercy lives in a shadow. His strength is deferred, his decisions filtered, his sovereignty muffled by the will of another. The feminine, whether mother or lover, becomes the silent landlord of his manhood, and every day he stays, the iron rusts deeper into his spine. The first severance. To see this clearly is the first cut. You must pierce the glamour that says, this is fine, this is practical, this is comfortable. Comfort is the lullaby of the emasculated. Hear this, a man without his own threshold has no dominion. And without dominion, his masculine fire burns in a cage until it dims to a dull ember. Look honestly. How many of your decisions bend to the one whose roof you share? How often do you silence yourself to keep harmony in a space that is not yours? How often do you hesitate, knowing this is their house, their law, their order? That hesitation, that stifled will, is the mother's shadow. It whispers, stay, depend, obey. You are safer here. But you are not safe. You are bound. The ritual question. Stand before a mirror tonight and ask aloud, whose roof am I beneath? Whose laws chain me here? Whose shadow do I sleep in? Say it 3 times and let the answer strike without mercy. Do not excuse it. Do not soften it. Let the bitterness burn. That is the taste of truth. Seal of the first cut. Close your eyes now and speak. I see the shadow. I name it. I am no longer blind. The roof above me is not my kingdom. The walls around me are not my dominion. I sever illusion with sight. So it is cut. Thus begins the doctrine of the Iron Threshold. Chapter 2. The Cage of Hospitality. A guest is always under law. Hospitality wears a mask of generosity. The meal, the shelter, the soft assurance of, stay as long as you need. But beneath this velvet mask, the cage waits. For every roof not yours carries its own commandments, silent but absolute. You may not notice them at first, but your bones do. The cage of hospitality is not built of iron bars. It is built of unspoken rules. Do not speak too loudly here. Do not leave dishes unwashed here. Do not bring your full desire home, lest it disturb the one who owns the walls. Every glance of disapproval, these are the rattling of chains. The sovereign lion shrinks into a careful guest. You may think yourself independent, but the space corrects you. No, you are permitted here, nothing more. Living in borrowed space is like wearing another man's armor. It may protect, but it pinches, restricts, reminds you at every turn. This is not forged for you. Even if your host is kind, the weight remains, for kindness does not erase hierarchy. The host is king, you are supplicant. And so long as you accept this, your masculine edge blunts. Dependency corrupts not because it kills, but because it softens. Your ambitions bend around the house you live in. Your discipline yields to their rhythm. Your fire dims, just enough to avoid setting their curtains alight. A man who accepts hospitality as permanence becomes domesticated. The ritual of the key. Take an old key, any key that no longer opens a lock. Hold it in your palm. See it for what it is, a token of dependency, of doors that were never truly yours. Close your hand and whisper, "This key is not mine. This law is not mine. This roof is not mine. I release it." Then place the key where you can see it daily, a reminder that your hunt is not yet finished. Seal of the cage. Speak now, aloud or within. I am not fooled by kindness. I see the cage. I taste its velvet bars. I accept no borrowed law as my own. I will build or I will wander, but I will not remain a guest. The guest who lingers becomes a prisoner. The man who sees the cage begins his escape. Chapter 3. The Iron Threshold. The door you cross defines the man you are. There comes a point when a man can no longer endure the taste of borrowed air. The walls press in, the ceilings sag. The laws of another grind down his will. Then, at last, he sees it. The threshold. A line not drawn in wood or stone, but in spirit. One step across, and he ceases to be a guest. He begins to be sovereign. Every door is a judgment. To pass through is to submit. When you walk into a house not your own, you bow, even if you do not bend. The architecture remembers. But the day you hold keys in your palm, cold iron, cut to your hand, that same door becomes a throne. You do not enter it, it opens to you. A man without such a threshold is ungrounded, floating in other men's dominions. A man with such a threshold becomes rooted, unshakable. Understand this. Sovereignty is not about luxury. It's not marble counters or lofty towers. It is about law. When you can set your own order, your own rhythms, your own rituals, even in a bare and humble room, you are king in that domain. And the mind changes. You stand taller. Your voice deepens. Your will sharpens, because your walls echo back only you. The ritual of crossing. When you claim or prepare to claim your own place, perform this rite. Stand at the threshold of the dwelling. Place your right hand on the frame. Close your eyes. Whisper, "This door is not yet mine, but I will cross into sovereignty. My law will rise here. My fire will burn here. No roof but mine will contain me." Step through deliberately, left foot first. Feel the crossing as a declaration. Repeat this ritual daily until the day you hold keys of your own. Then perform it again, this time as consecration. Seal of dominion. Speak now. I am done with cages. I am done with shadows. I will carve my threshold in iron. My roof, my law, my flame. The man who builds his own threshold builds his first kingdom. Chapter 4. The Predator's Hunt. The sovereign does not wait for a den, he hunts one. Now you have seen the shadow. Now you have named the cage. The next cut is action. When a predator hunts, he does not wander aimlessly. He knows his prey, its scent, its tracks, its hiding grounds. You must take the same posture. Your prey is not a gazelle, but a dwelling, a space that can be made yours. A man who hunts without aim wastes his strength. A man who sharpens his senses, his numbers, his roots, he strikes true. Know the ground. Study listings, maps, transport, cost of living. Walk the streets where you wish to dwell. Smell the air, feel the ground. The hunter who scouts his territory does not miss the signs. Prepare your war chest. Savings are not abstract. They are sharpened claws ready to grip when the prey is within reach. A predator without claws starves in the open. Contact landlords, agents, listings daily. Send inquiries without hesitation. View properties like a wolf sniffing a carcass. Decisive, unembarrassed, merciless in rejecting the unworthy. The ritual of numbers. Carve this into your practice. Numbers are blood. Set a daily quota. 3 properties contacted, 1 viewed, 1 financial step taken. Mark each completed strike in your shadow journal. Let the pages become a trail of blood, proof that the hunt is real. Do not wait for the right moment. The right moment is the one you force. The predator knows hunger. He may stalk for weeks before the kill. So too must you endure the dry season, viewings that fail, landlords who reject, places that rot under closer inspection. These are not failures, they are part of the stalk. Patience tempers the strike. Seal of the hunt. Speak this aloud, fist upon your chest. I hunt my dominion. My eyes are sharp. My claws are ready. My strike is certain. No roof will elude me. I will claim my den. The weak man waits for a house to be offered. The sovereign stalks until the walls surrender. Chapter 5. The Ritual of Possession. Walls are not yours until they hear your law. The hunt ends. The threshold stands before you. The key, cold, metallic and sharp, waits in your palm. This is no ordinary moment. This is a coronation. You are no longer guest, no longer son, no longer tenant of shadows. You are sovereign, and the walls must know it. The right of entry. When you first cross into your domain, do not stumble in with boxes and noise. Enter in silence. Pause at the doorway. Place your hand upon the frame. Whisper, "This house bends to me. This air bends to me. I am law within these walls." Then step through. Left foot first, never right, for the left carries the shadow. The black flame consecration. Place a single black candle in the center of the main room. Light it and let its flame be the first fire of the house. Whisper into the flame your oath. My roof, my law, my flame. Let the candle burn as you walk the perimeter. touching each wall, claiming each corner. This is not decoration. It is enthronement. The banishing of ghosts. Every space carries remnants of former lives, arguments, illnesses, broken hopes. They linger like parasites. Cleanse them. Open every window. Burn incense or sage, or strike steel against steel to wring the air. Walk the rooms and speak. What was here is gone. What comes is mine. The air will shift. The silence will feel yours. Now bind sovereignty to the practical. Utilities. Call and establish your name upon the water, the fire, the light. These are not bills. They are your dominion over the elements. Locks. Change them if possible. This is the severance of all former claimants. Furnishings. Begin with the basics. Bed, table, chair. Treat them not as purchases, but as thrones, altars, and stations of power. First act. Cook a meal. Train your body, or write in your shadow journal before anything else. Your first act is the law of the house. Seal of possession. Stand in the center of your domain. Speak with chest unshaken. I have crossed the threshold. I have lit the flame. I have banished the ghosts. This roof bends to me. This law flows from me. This flame burns for me. By oath and iron, this dominion is mine. From this moment, you are no longer guest. You are sovereign, and the house obeys. Chapter 6. The Oath of Dominion. A man without oath drifts. A man with oath becomes iron. You have looked upon the shadow. You have named the cage. You have crossed the threshold. You have hunted with predators' patience. You have possessed your dominion. Now comes the final cut, the oath. For what is claimed without vow soon crumbles, but what is bound by oath endures. The weight of dominion. To hold keys is not merely to open doors, it is to shoulder law. Every wall you claim must be fed with your discipline. Every roof you crown must be guarded with your vigilance. The sovereign gains a dominion and turns it into a fortress, a temple. The oath is the line between the two. The ritual of the oath. Stand in the center of your dwelling, whether bare room or castle hall. Place your keys upon your chest. Feel the iron against your heartbeat. Speak slowly, letting each word strike the walls. I vow dominion. My roof bends to no other law. My flame answers to no other will. I am guest no more, son no more, prisoner no more. By this key, by this oath, I am sovereign. Repeat 3 times. With each repetition, strike your chest with your fist, sealing it into your body. The binding seal. When the vow is spoken, close your eyes and see your house in darkness. Above it, see a single iron crown descending upon the roof. The crown locks into place. The house glows faintly with shadowed fire. That is your dominion. None can unseat it but you. And every flame you light is proof of your law. Carry this oath into all you build, for the man who rules his roof will one day rule his world. Closing seal. It is cut. It is sealed. It is mine. That completes the doctrine of the Ein threshold.